Listen, dude, I have a plane to catch. And I don't really care if you enjoy the story or even get it at all. But since you had asked, here it goes. Do you have a little time? Come, sit. Let me tell you a story. So this might come as a big surprise for the people who know me personally, but I actually did enjoy this superhero film. And now if I go back and try to think why I had lost my taste for superhero films in the first place, I do have a feeling it was because Justice League was such a badly made film that it ruined everything for me. Now, I don't talk about things that I don't enjoy or like, and that's why I had never talked about these films before. But after watching the first cut of Justice League, I was so baffled. I just couldn't figure out how could someone do this? How could someone have something so great and so wonderful and make it something as bad as the theatrical cut of Justice League? This cut is such a fine film and from so many different angles that it's not even funny. First of all, it actually convinces you to believe the whole mythology that the story is built upon. It was actually like a mix of the conventional storytelling of Lord of the Rings and the science fiction ideas that have been pushed in the acclaimed films like the initial Star Wars trilogy, and all of that coming actually together to give you a nice, pleasurable, enjoyable story. But the theatrical version was just so bad. This cut lets everything establish in the film. For even the smallest thing, it gives it enough time so that you can register it, understand what's happening, and then starts telling what is happening or what the story is going to be all about. But the theatrical version was just like a recap. I remember going to the cinema hall and coming out so disappointed, and then I remember talking to some of my students about the film and they were like, "Oh sir, you didn't understand it because you had not read the comics, it's meant for the hardcore fans and all of that." But I have not read the comics still, and I really enjoyed this cut. There are a lot of videos floating around on the internet which are comparing the same scene from the two different cuts, but the theatrical cut is actually a case study in bad editing. It's like it actually does not care at all if you understand anything that's happening. It's just throwing on information on you over and over again. It's almost like an assault, and no one can ever enjoy that. The theatrical cut was an extended reel of a badly edited action sequence. But this film, this is actually trying to tell you a story. You know, the characters are established, you understand what they're going through. From the first scene itself, the way they are trying to tell you that Superman is dead and what are the repercussions, it is so nicely and well tied, as opposed to what we had in the theatrical version, which was essentially, I think, was meant for juvenile, and it also seemed like it was made by juveniles as well. The whole arc of Lois Lane, the way it was shown, you could actually feel what she was going through. But in the other cut, it was terrible. And that whole sequence where Wonder Woman is saving those people, it is so well done in this cut, and it is so badly done in the theatrical version. You pick up any scene and you see how it can be edited well, and you can see how it can be edited in the worst possible way. Well, maybe not the worst possible way, but in a very terrible way. I'm really trying to understand how this whole thing happened, and I want to come to a simple answer. And it seems that the heads running these production houses, they're more in tune with the business idea of the films as opposed to the art of the films. And this is why probably at times they go astray and they miscalculate for what should be done how. It seems that it had become more important for them to make a 2-hour film as opposed to telling a story in the best way possible. But then, telling a story in a 2-hour film in the worst way possible is definitely not the way to go. And this is something which I think they did not have the sensibility for to understand, because anyone, I mean, like, after its release, the whole world is screaming. Anyone at all who sees these two cuts can clearly see which one is better and which one should be given a go ahead and which one should be stopped. But I don't know. Anyway, so the long and short of it is, where the theatrical cut of Justice League killed my enthusiasm to watch any more superhero films, this cut has very successfully revived it. And if you enjoy superhero movies, and if you have not seen this, just go ahead and watch it. I'm sure you will enjoy it. And it would have been a real big shame if this film would have never seen the light of day. And I'm so happy that the fans pushed the studios so much that they actually had to release this version. If you ask me which part I enjoyed the most, I would say the whole Lois Lane story. It was very human. And even Batman's character, which somehow appeared so annoying in the theatrical cut, had its color in this film. And Flash, the whole initial sequence where he's trying to save his girlfriend, it was so much fun. And in the theatrical version, I actually didn't even notice him as a character. So just so now you can see, I just wanted to mention one, and I've mentioned 3 characters which I enjoyed watching so much in this film. Anyway, I don't want to go on and on about it, but the long and short of it is, it's a very well made film. If you have a thing for superhero movies, you cannot afford to miss it. But one thing I would definitely want to mention, it's a very long film. It's almost like 4 hours. There's a prologue, then we have the 6 parts, and then we have an epilogue. So it's quite a run. So that's why I would suggest you maybe split the film in 2 parts. Don't watch it in one go. 2 2-hour slots will be fine. I think it's the end of part 3 when an important incident happens, and after that the story takes a different turn. So probably that can be your point. So watch the prologue and the 3 parts first, and then the other 3 parts and the epilogue. I think you'll enjoy the film more that way. And just to mention, the epilogue is actually the post-credit scene that we had seen earlier, and that is also done way better. It did not feel rushed. It did not leave you wondering what did you just see. It actually tells you properly what it's trying to tell you. You know, throughout the theatrical version, I was constantly wondering, why is it so that I'm not able to get anything? Why I'm getting detached from this film so easily? After watching this cut, I understood why it was so. Because throughout the film, and I can say this as an absolute statement, throughout the film, the theatrical version, we were never given even the slightest chance to hold on to something and to understand it. It was flash, 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 and that was it. By flash, I don't mean the character Flash. By flash, I mean that something is just flashed and then we move ahead. Anyway, I think I've said enough, and I've put across the view that I wanted to. So that's about it, and I should end this here. Also, more videos about classic Hollywood cinema coming up, so keep a check. And more videos about books are also lined up. So until next time, keep healthy, stay safe, keep reading. Cheers.